Story that's told about the CEO of Starbucks Coffee, Howard Schultz. He was once visiting in Israel with a group of 25 CEOs and executives from Fortune 500 companies. And they were sitting around the table of the great Rosh Yeshiva of the Mir Yeshiva, Rabbi Tzvi Finkel, of blessed memory. And he asked these great executives if they knew the reason why so many Jews were actually saved from the terrible Holocaust. And they went around the room and everyone gave the reason. And the Rosh Yeshiva said, "You're all wrong." He said, "I'll tell you why." He says, in the ghetto, when there were 5 Jews who were freezing cold at night and there was only one blanket, instead of each person grabbing the blanket and pulling it to himself, they pushed it onto their friend, and they said, "Here, you cover yourself with it." Rabbi Tzvi Finkel turned to these executives and said, "You go back to America and share your blanket. You have great success, you have great wealth. Go share it. Go find a good institution. We're stewards of God's money." I had a friend once called me, and he says to me, "Rabbi, I have a check for you." So I came to his office and I said, "Thank you so much. You know how much I appreciate this." He said to me, "Don't thank me." He says, "If it was my money, you wouldn't see a penny. But it's God's money, and that's why I'm giving it to you." That's the true perspective that we should all have. But every person should constantly remember that the money we get, the blessings that we have, God is placing us as a steward to give, to be God-like, and to give to other charities, to give to other good institutions. So we need to go and find a good Jewish institution that we can support and be generous. I want to just share one more quick idea. We know we have in Israel the Sea of Galilee. The Sea of Galilee, the Curated, is famous for having sweet water. The Sea of Galilee leads further down into the Dead Sea. And we know the Dead Sea is very bitter water, terribly bitter water. It's very salty water. In fact, we have all these Dead Sea products, right, that people use for their skin, but it's not very pleasant to drink. But where does it get its water from? It gets its water from the Sea of Galilee, and you wonder, if the Sea of Galilee has sweet water, why does the Dead Sea have such bitter water? So I heard this beautiful idea. The Sea of Galilee is a giver. It gives, so it's sweet. But the Dead Sea, and it's probably why it's called the Dead Sea, is not a giver. It doesn't give. It just takes. It just takes. It's such a phenomenal idea. We have to learn to be givers. That makes us sweet. A friend of mine told me once, he says, "You will never regret the money you give to charity. You'll never miss it. You'll never miss that money. You give money to a good Jewish cause." Don't forget, we taught the world about generosity. We learned it from our Torah. Let's continue to exercise this generosity. Let's continue to give to worthy causes. And let's continue to do good things and be good stewards of God's blessings. And let's continue to emulate the ways of Hashem and give and give and give.